Alright. I'm coming from this angle today. Uh, whatever. Feel like being in the dark a little bit. Embracing darkness. How a lot of y'all are afraid to face those depths or those darkness, that side of yourself. Um, but sometimes it's where you find your greatest strength. So yeah, that's where we go. Alright. Why is this doing this now? I wasn't doing it before. Let me see something. I don't know what's going on. Whatever, doesn't matter. So I mean, I'm gonna do the cards in a minute. I just been being guided to make this video. It's a lot of messages coming through over the past week or so, past few days, couple days. So it's like a lot to sort through, but specifically right now, we're talking about embracing the unknown, you know. Um, actually that title to the video came before I picked up this deck, and this deck is actually called the Wild Unknown Tarot. So we're gonna go into it together and see what comes out. But um, sometimes like, not sometimes, maybe most of the time, fear is very dominant for a lot of people. Very, very dominant in people's lives, and it dictates so much of themselves, of their actions, of their subconscious programming. It's very fear based. A lot of people, even their spirituality is fear based. Who they choose to worship or believe in is coming from a place of fear of what could happen if I don't worship the external God, as preached in religion or organized religion or religious dogma. What happens if I don't praise such and such entity or deity or do this and do that, compared to just doing it out of the pure love or the respect or the reverence you have for embracing, source energy in all its different forms. You know, I speak a lot about the light within, about the God within, the God energy, source energy running through you. You understand? Um, Not some figure chilling out in the sky. Now, with that being said, everything in the universe is within you, and you also, the things, the chemicals and the different uh things that you find in your body, the different elements that you find in your body, you can also find in the cosmos, and that's not by mistake. So I say all that to say, a lot of people operate from a system of fear and don't even understand. Most of the times they don't even understand that that's their driving force, their driving factor. So I invite you to look at what's truly driving you right now. Is it purpose? Is it passion? Or is it purely the fear of losing something or not gaining something? Like, there's this principle in marketing called loss aversion. It's not just in marketing, it's also psychology, behavioral psychology specifically. And it's this thing of like, people will spend more to prevent losing what they have than they would if that thing was brand new. So meaning, like, there's an example of, say, these uh these basketball tickets, college basketball tickets, brand new is a buck 50, right? It's $150, $200 to get into the game. When people had the idea, they had the fear of missing out. When people had the idea of letting, like, people that had already had the tickets in their hand, well, two sides of it, right? So there's the fear of missing out, meaning the driving force as the consumer, why the people would be willing to pay a markup and things like that. They don't want to miss the latest sensation of like the Zion Williamson time period where like ticket sales were through the roof and different things to see this like phenom of a basketball player at the time, right? But why I say that is like there's this whole case study basically of the tickets costing $150, but the people that had already had the tickets in their hand, meaning they pre-purchased on Ticketmaster or whatever have you, they went and marked up the tickets for resale $2,000. Meaning, like, instead of the $150, they posted their tickets online for a price of $2,000 for a $200 game because they were being motivated by this principle of loss aversion. Meaning, you will, like I said, you will spend more to keep what you already have, or you will value what you already have as much higher than what it truly is. A lot of times you value it at much higher the cost. You value your car and the time you've put into it and the memories you've put into it and all the maintenance and the brand new tires and the different shit you've had to do to it. You value your car higher than it's worth. You know, you think that your 12 to 16-year-old car is worth, you know, $10,000. But when you go and look at, you don't even have to look at the KBB, but if you go look at the KBB or Car Gurus or whoever, you'll see that your shit is worth 6,000. But you like, no way, mine is worth 6,000. Like, yeah, it got that little dent and that little ding and whatever else. But my stuff is pristine. I keep my car clean. I keep this, I keep that. So you think that your stuff is somehow more special or it is worth more than it truly is. And why I say all these things is, or really I'm being guided, but why I say all these things is because a lot of times we value or place this worth on what we currently have, and we're afraid to take the plunge towards something else better. You hear this phrase all the time: don't let the good stop you from the better. Okay, don't let what you currently um don't let what you could potentially have or the greatness that you could achieve slip away because you're so focused on the now, the now, the now. You're so focused on the things that you have currently, the things that you've built currently. Now, as someone who has lost everything or had to get rid of everything, was facing bankruptcy by the age of 25 type shit, you know, and thankfully I got myself out of that situation. But the point is that when you work so hard to rebuild your life, you know, to the point where having a $2,000 laptop or a $200 watch or whatever doesn't phase you, you've sat here and rebuilt everything. There starts to become this like tension of like you don't want to let go, right? However, the tighter you hold on to something, the more you limit your abundance, the more you limit your blessings, your prosperity, because money doesn't like to be held. Money likes to flow. Money is an energy. So the more that you give or the more that you exchange it, the more it comes back to you. But when we're in a scarcity mindset or we're in a fear based mindset, we want to hold on, hold on, hold on, thinking that that's going to help us. But it doesn't. It doesn't. Like they say, too, about you need money to make money. That's not always the case, but really the principle behind that saying, the principle behind that saying, not the actual application, is that the more you invest, the more you give into something, the more you're going to get back. Okay? The principle is the more that you express and let the money free flow, the more that you get out of that vibration of lack, the more that you embrace the abundance and embrace the abundance mindset and embrace the prosperity, the more You're gonna get more beauty to come back to you, or more abundance and prosperity to come back to you. The wildest things that you would have never imagined, i.e., the unknown. Everything you have now, at one point in time, was unknown to you. You didn't know how it was going to come or when it was going to come. You could sit here and focus your intention, and put your focus on things. And sometimes even your subconscious has its focus on things, and you're not checking yourself to make sure that your thoughts and your ideals are in alignment with where you truly want to go, as well as your real true source energy, or some people call it your higher self. You're sitting here, you know, prohibiting yourself from reaching your true potential because you want to hold on to what you already have or what you've already built. But everything you already built, you had no clue when or where it was coming. You had an idea, you had an idea of where you wanted to go. But if you let that idea slip because of doubt, which could be self doubt, or externally inflicted doubt, other people doubt you and project their insecurities on you and tell you what you can and cannot do. They're not you. They are not you. They don't understand you. They are not you. So you letting them dictate your life, and they are not you. Don't let nobody else speak for you. You understand? And the path your life should take. So now we're gonna get these cards. Now that we've gone through this um introduction. This is a very beautiful card. Matter of fact, that just so happened to be when I opened the deck, or took it out of the box, the bottom of the deck. It looks like it is the Ten of Pentacles. Now, each deck I use is different. They all use different symbols and different names and styles. So I'm not completely sure, but I'm pretty sure this is the Pentacles, just because it pretty much looks like it. Um, this is 4, 7. Yeah, it should be number 10, but it looks like one is missing. This looks like 9, but that's not the room and number for 9. Either way, this is the card, as you can see. So you could count and see that that's not 10. Hey, maybe you're 10. Maybe you are the missing link. Maybe the reason you don't have the thing, the 10th pentacle, or the true bounty, is because of yourself. Now that's another thing people don't want to admit. They don't want to take the accountability for themselves and things like that. And speaking of which, I don't know how I put this back in the box, whatever, but this was also on the other side. So I picked it up like this, and then boom, you got the metamorphosis right here. You got this butterfly right here, this beautiful butterfly. Um, and I'm gonna shuffle the deck and all that, but these two cards, they happen to come out, like immediately, or stand out. Um, and it's interesting because this butterfly specifically got this infinity symbol on it. It's a constant cycle of growth. Understand? Butterflies change their entire DNA. Like their DNA shifts from caterpillar through the cocoon stage to the butterfly. It's not even the same entity anymore. You understand? Um, Going through certain walking experiences myself, I understand that it's not just a growth in you. It's like a complete overhaul of you. It's like another person stepped into your body, is running your life type shit. Not like on some like freaked out, extreme mental health, schizophrenia type shit, or anything like that. It's just more, which they will try to convince you it is. We've had this happen to prominent leaders who speak the truth, or who have had intense experiences. They get hospitalized for schizophrenia and things like that. There's a big link between schizophrenia and the spiritual or metaphysical community, and there's a link between bipolar and the metaphysical community. You understand? Um, I got personal experiences with mental health and different things. Say all that to say that even being clairaudient, they'll try to convince you that something's wrong or off. So it's not always about um us. This Western world, you can't really always trust it. We're very over medicated and compartmentalized. They try to track you and label everything and put you in every little space that they could try to contort your body or your soul or your spirit into. They try to contort your spirit to fit what they determine to be boxes or whatever, um, what they deem as appropriate, when really your way is the right way. Okay, like I said, you know you, not everybody else. Well, a lot of y'all, maybe you don't know you. Maybe that is probably part of the fucking problem. You don't know you, but that's another video. The point is that you can't let anybody else come along and determine what's right for you. Whatever way you're doing it, that's the right way for where you are in this moment in time. That's the right way for your path. That's the right way for your frequency or your energy at that time. I was watching a lecture earlier or a brother speak earlier about sometimes it's just timing. You know, somebody can give you gems and give you information and you're not able to fully soak it in at that moment. But then it comes back around or somebody else says it and you're like, damn, it just clicks with you. It resonates with you. You know, you can speak to resonant frequencies as well, which not only heal us internally, but, you know, as electromagnetic beings, you're giving off a frequency. There's certain vibrations radiating through you and from you. So, um, you know, resonant frequencies, we often think of sound, but there's also light waves, which are frequency. This is vibration, this is frequency. The lights you could see in the back, you could see the green on the spectrum of the uh uh light light ray. I was trying to say wavelength, right? The wavelength of the light, but you can see like it's light rays. So either way you want to look at it, there's a color spectrum and there's certain wavelengths that reflect back to you, which is why you can see the color green in the background. Unless you're colorblind, then you probably don't. I don't know what the hell you seeing behind me right now if you colorblind, man. I don't know. All right. Because green and red a lot of times don't pop up for people that's colorblind. So I'd be interested to know whatever you think is going on. Maybe you just see gray behind me. I was gonna do a black and white video, but I chose to go against that. Anyways, let's get these cards. Let's get this started. Y'all can see me shuffle. I don't hear no nonsense about certain reader, certain readers. See, this just flew out. I ain't even look at it yet. Certain readers, I don't know if people think that people like pre-choose the cards. Maybe in this TikTok generation, because you got some people that they just pick something up and claim that they're doing some work that they're not doing. Uh, but when you're tapped into intuition, like I could just tell y'all all these gems in the beginning and then just use the cards to confirm the shit. It is what it is. Well, and that's a beautiful card right there anyway. I said I didn't look at it yet, but something made me look down. Look at this. I don't even really have to say much more, but I'm gonna. Let's read what the real deck has to say about it. But that's the Empress energy, baby. And it's a number 3 on top. Like this is powerful, 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 powerful shit right here. All right. And you see the growth that's happening. This tree. This tree is rooted. This tree takes time. All right. We talking about being on the path and what frequency you're vibrating on. Like this takes time to build. The process. I hate I hated before. I don't know so much now. I hated the process. I'm so impatient, yo. Like I want my shit now. I demand it now. But then it's like I realize because I'm getting very close to launching my business finally, like officially. Like I've been had it, but not out into the world. And it did I realized, if I would have went when I thought I was ready, it would have messed up the brand. It would have because the shit was trash. Like I'm having much better understandings and philosophies and ways of navigating, like slowing the game down basically. I'm having better perspectives of how to do things and seeing things from a macro level. Understanding marketing doesn't seem so overwhelming now. Networking doesn't seem so overwhelming now because the work has come together as a complete unit. It's come together as a complete catalog of things, like a portfolio, right? And so a lot of things in our life is that way. You think that you're ready for this one thing, but it's like this level of growth has to happen first in order for that other shit to come in. That could be a relationship, even, romantic relationship. I don't think that this reading is about romantic relationships. I'll say that from the jump. However, in a romantic relationship, just as an example, you might think that you're ready for marriage, but you haven't even married yourself yet. See, that's a part of me I don't understand. You think you're ready for marriage with another person, but you haven't even married yourself yet. You haven't been through the dark times with yourself, like because you distract yourself. Let me go and pick up an iPad. Let me go and do this. Let me go and do that. Let me listen to this music and that TV show and this reality thing here and binge watch YouTube all damn day and listen to this and this and that. You do all this shit observing other people's lives on social media the minute you open your eyes. The minute you open your eyes. You don't even take 5, 10 minutes to meditate, sit with yourself type thing, right? So now you don't accept the good, the bad, and the ugly sides of yourself. A lot of people nowadays, and this is a different video as well that I was thinking of earlier, but which I'll do eventually. But um this whole concept of like people only want to see the light within themselves, not understanding that the light comes from darkness. You have to transmute the darkness first. Go through the mud first. Go through the sludge first. Admit that you're an asshole. Admit that you're a narcissist. Admit that you're not the best friend that you claim to be. You know, it's about accountability. This path is not for those who do not want to be held accountable. It's not for the people that just want to be handheld and told what to do. All right. Now it's cool. You can come on YouTube and find different teachers or find different messages and shit like that. Resonate with different people. But at the end of it, you are responsible for your own healing. So you say you're ready for marriage, but you haven't even found that balance of self-love within. All right. So, anyways, enough about that though. We'll get back into this other card. Like I said, the priestess, man, is I mean the priestess. The empress, man. I was thinking about priestess for a second. It's somebody different. Um, yeah, you stemming and like here. It's interesting too that there's that this color, this card has red around it for like the root chakra. You know what I'm saying? Like you're planting your roots. But the root chakra is your stability, it's your security. Is when you feel off kilter, like it impacts so much more. And when your money is tight, that's because the root chakra is out of whack. It's out of balance. And I chronically have struggled with my root chakra in the past. So I understand it. But when you start strengthening your solar plexus and taking back your will and your strength and your determination, it starts to feed into the sacral, which is obviously the creativity and the sexual energy and all the different things where you're literally creating, birthing something new. All right. And that is tied, your sacral is right above your fucking root chakra. All right. So yeah, everything's connected, yada yada yada. But honestly, like you're talking about energy centers that have profound impact on your life. And I'm not saying like, too many people get caught up in like just the seven chakras. It like really, there's very various amount, right? Some people nobody talks about like the earth chakra and the 12th chakra above that. So like the 10th chakra, the 12th chakra, you don't ever really hear people talk about those. You don't ever hear people talk about the 72 chakras. And some people say it's 172 or 149 or whatever. So um depending on certain like gurus and Hindu gurus, especially who you talk to. So Don't just think, oh, it's just these seven. Like these seven have different meridian centers all throughout the body. So, anyways, I'm going on and on. I'm rambling now. I said I was gonna get these cards, so let's get these cards. Going on, on and on and on and on. And that reminds me of like, oh, was I eating something back then? I don't know. It's like a quasi memory. Like it's like a memory that's there, but I don't really know what it's linked to. It just kind of reminded me of like school or that little trash cafeteria pizza they used to feed us. You know what I'm the type I'm talking about? It was like that plain weird. It was like weird, and the cheese was like weird. Like the whole food was weird. Anyways, these two cars fell out like this. So let's see. Oh, see together. We got here. Y'all had to tell me. We got the Mother of Cups in reverse. Mother of Cups, it's a swan, right? So what's her name? Mother Goose. Mother Goose protecting the egg or whatever. I don't really know what Mother Goose used to do. I don't remember that damn story. I used to be like a Peter Rabbit type of dude. But Mother Goose did something to go down in history, all right? But I think she had a big egg or she was protecting the egg or something. I think that's what the story is. I can't tell you. But I do see a cup down here, which is bounty, okay? So we're talking about a nest egg or protecting an egg or something along those lines. That was in the reverse, so I'm gonna leave it in reverse. I don't know if this deck has reversals, but I respect what the authors do with their decks. So we're gonna find out in a minute. Um, what this is a five? I think that's from room number five. One, two, three, four. Yeah, it's a five of swords cutting through like a rope. It looked like a worm though, honestly. The way this is sketched. Yeah, because I used to when they taught us about earthworms as kids, I don't know. I got really into worms and shit for a little while. So it looks like that little spot on a body. I just showed it to you. Like the little spot on a body. That's the square right there. Anyways, five of swords, right? So obviously it looks like you are preventing you from uh what you truly could have or what you expected to have, what you should have, what you should be basking in. Okay. Expect excellence, embrace excellence, expect abundance, expect prosperity. Like don't go around here with this broke shit mentality. Stop calling yourself broke. You keep telling yourself you're broke. How could you ever be anything but broke? Yeah. I think I'm gonna stop shuffling the cards now though. Let me see if there's anything else. We can always get more later. You don't know how it's gonna come. Can't focus on the how. You could put in systems and implement daily habits. That's how you get to where you're trying to go. Daily habits. Sometimes things just come to you, right? You just meet a certain person, you talk to somebody, boom, 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 it goes. But you had to first align your thought with that energy. You had to first think like, yo, I really want to do sync licensing. I want to see my stuff or hear my music in film and TV. I want to see my products in film and TV. I want to do this and I want to do that. You had to first get the inkling or the idea, whether you from spirit, from ancestors, from your internal guide, somewhere this idea popped in for you. Okay. Somewhere it popped in. And my dog is tripping right now. Anyways, somewhere this idea came to you. And before you can implement it or start to find people that are already in alignment with that aspect, say it's spiritual business or metaphysical business, or you want to help, you want to teach people, train people, whatever it is, before you can even get to that path or get the connections in your life where that matters, right? Because you can meet somebody else that's already doing something you want to do, and then they're going to mean shit to you if you don't know that you want to do it. You understand what I mean? Like, if I meet somebody selling jewelry on the side of the street, but I don't have any desire to sell jewelry myself, then it really doesn't matter if I find that person. It might be cool to wear their stuff, but it's not like anything. Whereas somebody that's like, oh my gosh, how do you do this? I really want to get into, you know, wrapping my own crystals, and I want to sell beaded jewelry, and I want to do this and I want to do that and go down to the jewelry district and all this kind of stuff. It's going to mean a lot more to them to find somebody that's doing that already, right? But in order to find that, or for that to have meaning, you must first obviously be in alignment with the thought that you want to or could possibly do it. So don't worry about the how, man. Just focus on, and people say focus on your why. Your why changes. The why doesn't ever stay the same. The why changes as you grow and progress. So just, you know, just keep going. If you like it, if you like it, and it's something that gives you purpose and passion and drive, and you feel like when you wake up, like, damn, I can't wait to go do this later. I really want to get to this or get back to this. Then just go with it. Even if it's for 3 weeks, maybe you just needed to learn how to skateboard for 3 weeks, and now you're like, all right, I don't really rock with that no more. And you go to the next thing. Who cares? You know, don't get bogged down in this only do one thing at one time bullshit. Because your brain has so much more capacity than to just focus on one little monotonous task for 6 months when you could be learning a different task each day of the week, okay? And make way more progress than those people will ever make in a lifetime. Let's get to these cards, man. I'm going off about all this other shit. Let's see. The Empress. I didn't do no certain spread. This is showing all different kind of spreads and shit. Oh man, I think I just saw one of the cards. Oh, that was the card that popped up in that thing. It must be in the back. Yeah, this person puts the major arcana in the back. All right. And you can hear that this is, I don't know if y'all heard that. I can hear it. It's like, I love new books. The smell of new books. I don't like old books. They smell like old churches or old buildings. You know, I don't like that shit. Plus, you don't know the energy. You don't know where that book has been, who's touched it, who, they hygiene or what they used to do, or just the energy infused in it from being in their house. I don't know, man. I like new books. All right, fresh things, new things. Put my shit on, my imprint on it. So let's go. The Empress. Speaking of putting imprints on things, creation, nature, the mother. Boom. Already. We already talked about creation. We already talked about the mother. We pulled a card that literally says mother on it. So let's get into this. The Empress is the mother or the goddess of the tarot. Her energy encompasses all that is warm, fertile, creative, and sensual in the world. Her strength comes from being gentle and compassionate and loving without binding. That's important. Loving without binding. That's also kind of what we were talking about earlier with the money and or whatever you have, and you're trying to hold on so tight, and it drives that thing away. You gotta let things flow. The energy, the universe flows. Everything is flowing. All right. Even the molecules on your desk or your table or whatever solid form you're holding right now, that is vibrating. The molecules in that are vibrating, but they're vibrating at such a slow state that it appears to be a solid, or vibrating at such a high state that it appears to be in another form, such as liquid or gas. Okay. The point is, everything is vibrating at all times. You are vibrating as an electromagnetic being. Earth is vibrating as an electromagnetic energy center or place. Um, like I said, the phone you're watching this on, the laptop, the desk that you have, I have this laptop propped up on right now because I'm not in my normal setup. Doesn't matter. All that shit is vibrating. So Let things flow. How is not important. Just going with the flow, setting up your systems and building habits on a day to day basis is what builds consistency, and consistency builds dreams. It's not that complicated. We make shit too complicated. It's not that complicated. All right. Keep showing up. You will get to where you're going or where you're meant to be. And sometimes along your journey, instead of focusing on the destination as if life is just over, like, oh, I reached my destination, it's done now. Like, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Because along the journey, you might find a different pathway that suits you better. As I opened this talking about, if I would have launched my company when I thought I was ready, it wouldn't be as great as it's going to be, because the ideas I've had along the way, the improvement to the craft that I've done along the way is so much better than the stuff I was gonna drop, you know, 10 months ago or 11 months ago when I first started actively working on it. Really, I've had the LLC for, yeah, 3 years, no, going on 3 years now, 2, 3 years. Yes, 2024. I keep mixing up my dates. Either way, the LLC has been there for some time, but the action and the production, the what do you call that? The not fruits out the whatever, the fruits of the labor has not come into fruition until now. The fruition is what I'm trying to reach for. You know, the seeds were there, but a damn tree don't pop up overnight, baby. Okay? And also notice the moon too. The moon is about mysteries and unknowns and different things like that. It's also about water energy. So when we're talking about the swords, the mental state blocking you, but the moon also has to do with emotions. Water, emotions, unknown. The moon is literally about unknown. So, anyways, let's get back to this, right? Speaking of nature, um, talking about the Empress. Her energy encompasses all that is warm, fertile, creative, and sensual in the world. Her strength comes from being gentle and compassionate and loving without binding. When this card appears, it's painting, it's pointing to either a maternal relationship in your life or the side of yourself that wants to love more. The Empress also suggests it's time for you to reconnect with nature, go outside tonight and find the moon. Boom. Now, you don't have to go outside to find the moon, right? The moon represents the subconscious mind. Now, we've talked about the subconscious a couple of times in this video already. I didn't go as in depth with it as I guess normally do or whatever, but um the subconscious mind controls your waking dreams and your sleeping dreams. When you have certain beliefs about your capabilities or about the things in life, for instance, some people will say money is the root of all evil. That's bullshit. All right. Certain evil acts, such as sexual abuse towards children or towards strangers, women, men too, those things will happen regardless of whether there's money or not. You understand? I don't want to say the words right now, but y'all get what I'm getting at. The assailants would act on that regardless of if there was money in the picture. Okay, because the assailant is driven by a need for power or greed, control. Okay, these types of things. The root of evil is greed and the desire and the overzealous desire for control or power or whatever it may be. Really, it's greed. Okay, in its different forms. That has nothing to do with money. Money is a tool. Money is an energy. Money is a vibration. Money can build roads. It can build schools. It can, establish your environments of worship. Some of you need to go to physical being buildings to worship, um, or tap in spiritually instead of, doing it wherever you are. But the point is, even you, whatever device that you're watching this on right now, money purchased that for you. So money a lot of times can do a lot of good things, a lot of great things. It can contribute instead of tear down. It all, all it does is amplify who the hell you really are, who you already are. So, when people say, "Oh, money changed you," no, it's just showing you like who they are really were at their core, or who they've grown to be. Sometimes when you get money, you start to look at life in a different lens compared to when you're in survival mode, or compared to when you're operating from fear or a lack mindset. The abundance mindset has you view life differently than being in a survival type of environment. So, anyways, I say that to say that when it comes to the subconscious mind, sometimes there's guiding forces there that were imprinted on you from childhood, or from, you know when you were in the church and the preacher said this, and whatever else, because he wasn't Reverend Ike, right? So whatever preacher you had told you X, Y, and Z, it was always through somebody else's lens. Your limitations on yourself, your self doubt, your whatever, was through somebody else's lens type thing. And a lot of times those things play a role in your life. So you hear people talking about shadow work, and really what they're talking about is undigging the unconscious mind, or the subconscious mind, which is what the moon is also tied to. So again, it's like a mystery. A lot of people don't know what's lying beneath the depths of their mind. Um, so yeah. What else did this person say? Reconnect with nature. Reconnect with yourself. You are nature. Now you can go outside and get grounded, right? Like take your like I said, we're electromagnetic beings, and Earth is too. So you could, put your bare feet in the grass and get grounded for sure. But with a lot of us, we're dealing with this Arctic blast, Arctic cold right now. So you don't probably want to do that and go get frostbite or something, and then end up in the hospital with hypothermia and all these other kind of things. So you created more problems for yourself. So um, somebody was talking about, especially during this time of year, sun gazing and things like that. If the sun is out, um, I mean, vitamin D obviously helps as well, but yeah, during the winter time, a lot of time you can't get vitamin D because the sun is not beaming, or it's too damn cold to step out into the sun type thing. Or even if it's there, you're not getting the full benefit of it, like in the spring and summer. Um, all right, anyways, enough talking about that. Next card. I gotta keep my mind on track, keep moving, because I could just keep rambling on about the same stuff. Mother of Cups. That's the Daughter of Cups. Where's Mother at? Oh yeah, I forgot they do it in the other. All right. Mother of Cups. Insightful psychic. All right, so there's not reversals in here, but this is again the card. Like I said, I thought about it with protecting this kind of bounty over here. Something about Mother Goose popped up, you know. But you can also see the cosmos in the background of this card too. I don't know if maybe Mother Goose means something to somebody out there. Anyways, the Mother of Cups rivals the High Priestess with her natural psychic abilities. She's a gentle, tranquil woman whose insights bring healing to those around her. She thrives when, amidst her family, the arts and music or beauty of any kind. Sounds like Venus. Like a true swan, when the Mother of Cups is pushed, she becomes aggressive and defensive. She'll commonly see herself as the victim when distressed in a situation. So, boom, first off, like we talked about, protecting something. Sometimes it's protecting. I think we started with this, protecting um traumatic situations, when you've been through abuse, when you've been through external people determining things for you, or breaking you down, like trying to break you. We even talked about somebody earlier on a video was talking about jealousy coming from, your inner circle, from your own damn mama could be jealous of you and your success because she never had that. The point is, I knew my charger was out there and I should have charged my laptop, but I was running off the battery thinking I could make it through. So, anyways, before this dies, plugged in. Be back here. All right. A little different angle, but whatever. Lights a little off. You're gonna start coming from a lack mindset and never reach your true abundance because you're using these terms that are not conducive to your growth. Man, what is going on with this here? Hold on a second. Since I plugged in the thing, it's like glitching out. I don't know what's happening. Too much energy tonight. All right. The inner chi is disrupting the flu C. Because I know for a long time I tried to block it out and act like, nah, you can't talk about your parents that way or my parents are this and that. No, at some point, hearing it with this one, but I don't know. It didn't fall out, so it don't always have to fall out, but that's how I read the shit. All right, Five of Swords, boom. This is where we at. This was the third and last card we had. But then I'm gonna read this one. They told me to flip it over, so I'm gonna flip it over and we gonna see. Uh here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go. Doom, 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 doom. Y'all don't know the y'all don't know the theme song? Shame, for shame. Why? I didn't know that they had copied this 60s show called Abbott and Costello or Castillo Perspectives. So I don't know. I just like reading tarot. But really it's the message that you should get, I hope. So now, Five of Swords, self-destruction. Boom. Yet another card of warning. The Five of Swords depicts the destruction of the self. You'll be lured into another situation or argument you know to avoid. Your selfishness and desire for power will lead you to defeat, pain, and discord will result. Listen, I start smiling because to avoid. You know, sometimes we just keep going back to old ways because it's comfortable. Somebody you end up disappointed because of a person has to first want help for you to be able to help them. Sometimes you can come along and just plant seeds. Like me, I'm planting seeds. You know what I mean? I'm planting seeds in your mind or in different people's timeline. And eventually when they're meant to hear the message, it will circle back around and they will get the message. We talked about that earlier as well. About sometimes it's just not the right timing. But I'm not here over your life where you're creating the situations that you're in. So if you keep ending up in things you claim that you don't want, you have to look at how you're drawing that into your involvement. You want to involve, like, okay, your best friend comes to confide in you. You can offer words of comfort, but to take your whole entire personality or all your energy and be focused on that person's problem and their situation, that leads to your degradation. You're focused on the wrong damn thing. You're focused on things that got nothing to do with you. Honestly, they don't. You can, like I said, offer your support or your comfort or whatever. But you get these people too that they come to you with a problem, okay? You listen. Then they come back to you with the same problem again. And you offer a little bit of guide. But Man, you coming to me for the 16th time or the 60th time. It ain't gonna be 60 because I don't stand for that bullshit. Like you will hear my demeanor shift, okay? You will not keep getting reactions from me or responses from me. If we on the phone and you telling me, you know what I mean, you could be climbing the rope to bigger heights, but you can't do that because you sitting here with this jagged energy, or you sitting here with this like at the bottom of the damn thing, trying to save them. The rope is fucking cut. All right. There's no solution to fixing this and pulling yourself up because even if you were to figure out a way to duct tape it or put some type of knot around it or whatever it may be, it's lost its tensile strength. So you know what I mean? There ain't nothing you could do with that. So you're cutting your own rope or your own chance to ascend to new heights because you want to sit around with other people's sword energy and other people's destruction, drama, whatever it may be. And sometimes it's your own drama, it's your own narratives, it's your own stories, it's the stories you tell yourself. Again, likely based off of what somebody else told you about yourself. How somebody else gonna tell you about yourself, and you take that as like, oh, that was the card that fell out now. Wow. I don't think there's anything else that we gonna get from the shuffle. So the card earlier when I said this has to say for us today. Ha, I didn't mean to rhyme that, but it just worked out. You know what I mean? It worked out because I am great. What number is this? Well, 6. The lovers. Union, desire. Hold on. Wait, I had it better. I was trying to move my hand out the way. This is better. Just do this. All right. Union, desire, joy. Two Canadian geese are mates for life, traveling partners within an expansive sky. The lover's card is a welcome sight in any reading, as it suggests a beautiful and strong relationship on the horizon. Like I said, finding what you are truly seeking. And so, anyways, it talks about a beautiful and strong horizon on the a beautiful and strong relationship on the horizon, something coming in. All right. You can have a soul family, you can have a chosen family. You don't have to just stick with who was born next to you or like, you know what I mean? Your immediate and extended family as you know it. Sometimes it's spirit. Spirit is building the family for you. Available mother, you had a narcissistic mother, you had a mother that abandoned you, whatever the thing is, or perhaps she passed away before you really got to know her, or really before she could really guide you. Whatever your relationship is, you know, these different things impact you one way or the other. Because maybe you had to kind of raise yourself. Maybe you didn't always have the best support from your mother or whatever have you. So you think like, okay, I can't rely on you for support. Then who the hell can I rely on? You know? Or that might even start to weigh on your confidence or your self-esteem because you're like, damn, like my own moms don't support me. Like I must really not be nothing. You know what I mean? I ain't shit. You might think that to yourself, or your mind, your subconscious might have started to internalize that. You know, so these are things like when we're talking about the moon and the shadow and like especially the moon having to do with water energy. Okay, like unpack these emotions and see what's really going on inside you. And go to marriage counseling within. Go see a therapist and do some damn marriage counseling one on one within you. Okay, boom. Anyways, back to this now. Yes, you'll experience all the thrills of desire and romance, but meanwhile, you'll be building a solid foundation together. The lovers honor and respect each other. The lovers honor and respect each other. And with that, they can go anywhere. You can also honor and respect yourself, the two beings within you. but they try to say it's ethical or whatever. Basically, you're not enough for them. They need more. And you continue to put yourself in that situation because you're so desperate for love. You should love yourself enough to be like, yo, don't let other people dictate your worth and your value. Don't let them dictate your worth. Don't let them dictate your value. If I'm not good enough for you, then goodbye. Okay, codependency and all this foolishness. They could compliment you, but they don't complete you. All right, you complete you. Mindset. They have to honor you and respect what you bring into this partnership, into this relationship. Don't let somebody steamroll you like they're the only ones putting in work or whatever. No, thoughts are putting dropping all these obstacles and negativity into your way. So these are the cards that we had ended up with today. All right. Just one more time for the people. Boom, boom. All right. Mother Goose protecting the bounty. The sword severing what you have going. Get caught up in other, not just other people, but also, like I said, it could be your own mindset, your own philosophies. And then boom, this beautiful geese coming together though. Like I said, unity was the first thing I had said when this card came out. So this is what we're aiming for, obviously. And this is kind of where we're at. Uh, Maybe I shouldn't say we. I'm moving past this stage. Uh, like I said, I mean, as best as I can, because like I said, there might be another test or somebody show up and you get caught up in what you think is great or how they present themselves, and they really on some other type of they're on some other type of BS. All right, closing down now. Think we channeled a lot, said a lot, you know, had a lot going tonight. Something fell, had a few cards, but the top one was the Hanged Man. I'll read it real quick because why not? I mean, we ain't got nothing to lose. I am a little hungry though, but it's kind of like, I don't know. Damn, I didn't know it was that time. Last time I had looked at the clock, it was like 9 o'clock, 9:30. It's now 1:36 a.m. So I stayed up all night last night too. Tired, man. Anyways, let's get to this real quick. The Hanged Man. Sacrifice, letting go. This is literally on top of the three. There was three cards that fell out just now, and this was what was on top. I don't usually take multiple cards that fall. Sometimes I will, but I was guided to take this one, so I took it. Perfect. With the red eyes. I saw a show earlier with the animal had red eyes. Anyways, see, red seems to be a common theme. And something about the Kabbalah string, the red Kabbalah string that people wear for protection. Maybe that means something to you, or perhaps something to look into. When it's unknown territory, you don't know what's about to happen. You don't know how, why, you can't really control it all. So part of it is the journey and just trusting yourself and learning and knowing that you've had, thing that they say first. But if the cabin loses pressure, oxygen mask gonna drop down. You gotta put on your own mask first before you go try to help the little baby or the 2-year-old next to you. Because if you go try to help somebody else and you pass out, now the baby ain't got no help and you ain't got no help neither. So what's that gonna do? So you're chilling in this position. You could either see it as a positive thing, like you relaxing, or you could see it as like a tight, wound, bound up thing. Either way, you got to go through the unknown. I mean, damn, I just gave you free gems for an hour plus straight. I don't even know how long I've been live. You understand? So just at least click the thumbs up